Rosa! How are you doing, Katrielle? Looking at your cheerful face puts me at ease. So, what brings you here today? This is important, Katrielle. I'm here to give you some hints about your father's whereabouts. What?
Huh?
What do you mean?
A hint to find Professor Layton?
Do you know something? I also want to see him once again before my time comes. I would love you to look for him. Of course, I too would love to see him.
Ah, yes.
Which one should I take?
How does eating the most popular cake from this shop sound?
Sure, sounds great. Let's see. But which one's the most popular cake?
Try to guess. Listen well, Katrielle. Solving a puzzle is all about paying attention. There's surely a hint hidden somewhere.
Ah, I got it! It's the Maran cake on the top shelf.
Oh, why?
Since it's popular, the owners need to take it out plenty of times. That's why it should be on the easiest place to reach.
Katrielle, that's quite good reasoning. But you are slightly off.
What? Then what's the answer?
The answer is the shortcake just below.
But why? How would you know that? 3 slices of shortcake, please.
Sure, give me a moment. Katrielle, look at the other side of the counter.
Oh!
Since shortcake is so popular, instead of cutting each piece, they have them ready for the customers over there. The Maron cake you chose would be second.
Looking to the back of the shop is cheating!
It's not cheating. You never know where the answer lies. The answer to a puzzle may not always be in the puzzle's condition.
So, what's the hint regarding father's whereabouts? Let's see. I think this was around 11 years ago, wasn't it?
Thank you, Rosa. The tea you serve is delicious enough to seep into your heart as always.
Oh my, Professor, you are still good with words.
Not at all.
Around that time, there weren't many mysteries to solve, so he was living peacefully. Oh, who may you be? Is Professor Katrielle Layton in? Professor, a beautiful young lady is asking for you.
Rosa, let her in.
You're Professor Layton, right?
Yes, that's right. And you are?
My name's Marina, and I came to make a request to you.
Please, have a seat. So, what kind of request is it?
I want you to find my husband.
To find him? Do you mean he's disappeared, right?
Yes. He hasn't come back for a few days. His name is...
Luke Tridon. My dearest friend.
Yes. How did you know?
Your handbag has 3 accessories. They're all related to mysteries Luke and I worked on together.
These?
I bet these prove that you really are Luke's wife. All are arranged so I wouldn't doubt you. Is that right?
We couldn't expect any less from Luke, right?
Then tell us how Luke disappeared.
Luke was trying to solve some big mystery. Back in America, we worked together to solve many mysteries. But when we found a certain mystery, he pushed me away from it. He locked himself in his room and worked on solving that mystery alone. A few days ago, Luke disappeared completely.
All right. Won't you take me to Luke's room?
Yes, of course. You are welcomed.
I'm going out, Rosa.
Oh my, wait a moment, please. I'll be ready right away.
Eh?
I'm going too, Professor.
You, Rosa?
Right now, you don't have an assistant, right, Professor Layton?
Oh, you sound really reassuring. All right, let us go together.
To think Luke lives so close by.
Yes, I guess ever since he came back from America.
This is Luke's room.
Luke!
Oh, look! These are all the photos you took while you were solving mysteries together, right?
That's right.
Luke's memories with you are really dear to him. He was always bragging to me about the time you traveled together.
Is that so?
I thought that after coming back to England, he would visit you right away. I wonder why he didn't. Professor Layton, is something wrong?
This is... I see. So that's how it is.
Could it be that you already know where Luke is?
Yes, I've got his general location.
What? As expected of you. I looked all around this room so many times, but I never managed to find any lead.
Luke stepped into a dangerous mystery. The reason why he got you away from it was so you wouldn't be in danger.
So, Luke is...
Luke thought that if he got in danger, you would call for my help.
What do you mean?
He hid a puzzle in this room to guide me after him.
What? Was there such a thing?
If you look at this room, you will find it.
I looked everywhere so many times. You mean there's a message hidden somewhere?
Look up and down.
Up and down?
First, look at the ceiling.
The ceiling?
That crack will point towards Luke's whereabouts.
That crack? But how would that alone lead us?
Next, I want you to look below.
Below? Oh, this...
While you may not take a second look at it, this matches a section of this city. In other words, it's a camouflaged map. And the stopped clock on top of Luke's desk gives us the time for the answer.
Professor, the time is now. Oh, this is... It points to the British Museum.
I'm sure that's where Luke is. Hey, let us listen to the rest of the story.
Shell? Shh. So what happened after that? Did he meet with Uncle Luke? Now I wonder. This is where it starts to become interesting. I've contacted the museum's public servant, Officer Zach Barn.
Thank you, Rosa.
Luke is here.
Are you Professor Layton? It's a pleasure to be able to meet you. I'm the public servant on charge, Donald Zachbarn. The pleasure is mine, Officer Zachbarn. Allow me to guide you to my office. So, what would the famous Professor Layton want from us? My dearest friend Luke has disappeared. We were wondering if you knew anything. Luke? No, I don't know what that is. It would be impossible for me to remember all the visitors. He was trying to solve a mystery, came here and then disappeared. Even if you tell me that, I don't know what I don't know. Officer Zachbarn, do you mind if I looked around the room for a little? This room, be my guest. Aren't you making a mistake, though? Even if you look around, you won't find much. So that's how it is.
Oh, Professor, you were rather quick this time. What do you mean?
I've found Luke already. Eh? Professor Layton, what may you be talking about? Zachbarn, you said you didn't know Luke. But you let Luke in this very room. What's more, recently.
What? What's your basis to say such a thing?
Luke left a message for me in this room, making sure no one else would notice.
A message?
Stop spouting nonsense. Where's that message of yours?
The one spouting nonsense is you, Zakbon. You know where Luke is.
Where is Luke?
As if I know. Haven't I told you already? Why are you doubting me?
I'll explain then. Luke left a message for me here.
On that shelf? Is it like one of those puzzles where you read the labels to make a message?
You have a nice eye for this, but only with the message is not complete. In this room there's a hint explaining how to read the book's labels.
That means there should be some kind of numbers somewhere.
Look closely. Do you see anything unnatural?
Something unnatural? The chandelier!
You got it. Normally, you would have the same number of crystals hanging from the chandelier, but in this room, the number doesn't match. If you start from the side deeper to the room and match them with the book's labels, like so.
Let's see. Luke is here!
What?
Then why don't you guide us to Luke's location?
There's no helping it. You won't be able to get out from here.
Oh my.
Get them all.
This is the end for you.
Don't resist. Yeah!
You two get out of here!
Yes!
Look out! You can't use a gun in here after all.
There they are. Stop right there.
I'll defeat you. I wonder about that. Huh? Now, let's go on ahead. That's as far as you go. Give up, Zakbon. Now, where is Luke? Alright, I'll take you there. Right here. So this is where Luke is?
Luke!
Don't worry. I'm sure Luke is alright. So this is as far as you have to come with us. Don Paulo.
What? You knew?
Did you really think I wouldn't be able to see through that cheap disguise?
You're always annoying, Layton.
And you are as careless as always, Don Paulo. Also, I've taken the relic stone you were hiding from this room.
What have you? How far do you plan to meddle in my business? Do you think I'll leave just like that?
Inspector Chemley in Scotland Yard will arrive shortly. Since you will want the key to the door in the back alley, you'll leave quietly, right?
I may leave now, but you'll remember this, Layton.
Now, let us save Luke.
Yes!
As much as you may want to solve a puzzle, one must never make a woman sad. That's how an English gentleman should behave, Luke.
Professor Layton! Luke, I'm so glad! Rena, I'm so sorry for worrying you. It's been so long. Professor Layton!
Luke, I never thought you would get involved in the Relic Stone's mystery.
I didn't want to get you involved until the end.
Luke, I need to solve that mystery with my own hands. You know that, don't you?
Yes, I know perfectly how you feel. I'm sorry. To me, this is a mystery I can't leave alone either. Wait a moment, Luke. What's about this relic or relic stones? Explain it to me properly, too.
Luke, isn't it enough? Tell her everything.
I guess you are right. I'll explain it, Marina. Okay. The relic stones are a series of jewels connected to a huge treasure, or so the legend goes. But they are also said to be cursed, to bring misfortune to anyone involved. That's why I didn't want to get you involved on this time. Is that so? But are they really such a dangerous thing? The first relic stone was found around 120 years ago on a metal mine. Even though they tried, scientific analysis brought no results. But at some point, that stone mysteriously changed. Just like a compass, it started emitting light in a specific direction. Following that line, the next stone was found. And the stone led them to the next one. And that's repeated eternally. This is the mystery of the stones. The stones keep leading to the next even today. The legend says that eventually a stone will lead to a huge treasure, the relics.
The relic stones are said to be an unsolvable eternal mystery.
Why were you falling after such a mystery? That's because...
That's for Katrielle's sake.
Katrielle, that's your daughter, right, Professor Layton?
Yes, the mystery is deeply tied to her. This is a mystery we must solve no matter what for Katrielle's sake.
Professor... But there's no need for so many people to get involved in it. I feel that it would be fine if you two stayed like you are now. I want to tell you this.
I know. But precisely because I love Katrielle so much, I want to solve this with my own hands.
I'm so sorry for acting on my own.
It's fine. But Luke, in order to solve this mystery, I will need your help.
Do you really mean that?
Yes.
Then we'll go where the stone light leads.
Luke? This is something I've been thinking, but what if the relic stones are not pointing to the next one?
What do you mean?
There's nothing that leads you somewhere eternally. The only thing that comes from the mind is a loop.
A loop? I see. Once you reach the last stone, it will just point back to the first one.
That's right. The stones that have lost their shine are treated as simple rocks with no value. For that reason, even if a stone leads to a previous one, no one would realize.
The stone's light is just going around in circles. To think I didn't see something so simple.
That's why this mystery remains unsolved for so many decades.
But then, what's their purpose?
Let us see where the light leads us and gather all the stones.
Understood! And that's how Professor Layton and Luke started their adventure, looking for the treasure relics that no one had ever seen. So what happened after that? This is the point where it starts becoming incredible. Would you like to hear it? Yes, of course I will. Ah! What? This is terrible. I left a stew on the fire. I need to go back right away. Katrielle, I'll tell you the rest at some other time. Really?
And you were just getting to the good part.
She left.
What's with that?
Why are you the mad one, Cheryl? That was the last mystery Father left behind. The treasure relics. That story is really something.
Professor Layton said that mystery was somehow related to you? What did he mean?
I don't know. But 11 years ago, before he disappeared, he left me a letter.
When you grow up, if there's a time where I'm not there, open this letter. Here's a puzzle for you. You are not my real daughter. Then who are you?
Ah! It was a shock. I wasn't Daddy's daughter as I had thought. But this may become the light leading me to the mystery of the treasure relics. that's Mini Corner. Shortcake is almost another name for birthday cake, right? The tradition of eating cake seems to come from ancient Greece, where they ate cake to celebrate the goddess Artemis's birthday.